What's up, everybody? This is Ninja Burrito. I'm going to teach you how to get the post-game kunai missions and where they are. You're going to go into chapter select after you finish the game. Doesn't matter difficulty, but load your save. And we're going to choose chapter 2, Haunted District. Doesn't matter what, if you use Death Wish or not. I'm going to play as Yakumo because a lot of these post-game missions have to be done as Yakumo. So we're going to stick with him. I do believe Ryu can find them, but I don't think he can pick up the missions, if that makes sense. So we're going to just play as Yakumo and pick up the missions and just speed on through here. The first really notable point on Chapter 2 is after the first battle. So get through this rail section, nobody cares, blah, 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 blah. And we'll get over to the first mission. We do love a good first mission. Or first fight, rather. So wipe these guys out. And then there's an Umi statue literally right here. We're going to make use of that Umi statue. So here we are. What you need on the Umi statue here is to go to item supply. I'm going to go to mission database just to turn in a mission and look at the missions you want to pick up. They are these find the Flower Kunai in Sky City, Tokyo, and the 3 other locations. How you get those missions is that you go to item supply and you buy the mystical flower tally certificate of espionage, and then you can pick up those missions. So buy that for 20k, pick up those missions, and then we'll continue with the level. Now I'm going to keep things sped up a little bit here just to get you to the point where you need to start paying attention, but it's not for a little while in this mission. So shortly after this rail section, we'll have a bit of an assassination attempt, and then one last fight at the big door. If we ever get there. It's taking a while. We're almost there. Alright, here we go. So assassinate this dude, walk over here, and you'll see this long hallway of enemies. Kill all the enemies in this hallway to get this cutscene, and that's how you know you're at the shuriken. Once you go through the big door, jump up here. You have to go this way, but turn around at the door, and you'll see your first kunai. Now, there's something else I want to show you. If this is your first time doing Chapter Challenge, there's a post-game mission that you pick up during the main game that you can't complete. This is how you complete it. You go back to this secret area here, and you do some platforming to get to a secret fight. You probably did this on your first playthrough. So once this fight is done, just give it a second, there is a secret area. When you come here the first time, you don't have the air glider, but there is an air glider opportunity in this area, and you're just like, I can't do anything here. Once you get into the post game, into chapter select and come back, that's where you can complete your mission to kill the otherworldly invaders on chapter 2. If we ever get done killing these enemies. So, once they're dead, come up these stairs. You'll see this little wind path. Fly up there. Grapple up. Open this door. And the otherworldly enemies mission is here. You do need to complete that for the achievement to complete all missions, so make sure you get that done. But our next mission is Chapter 6 for the second kunai. Now this one is pretty ridiculous because the kunai is at the very end of the mission. So you literally have to go through this whole thing at Mach 10 speed. Literally nothing matters until you get to the very end of the mission. In fact, we are going to just skip ahead to the very end of the mission here. And I'll show you where you need to start paying attention, because you go the whole mission. Does not matter for this kunai until you get to this final flying part, and you'll know it's the final flying part because when you fall, you'll have this slow motion fall into an assassination and with the breakable demon statue. That's how you know you're almost at the second kunai, but you can't get the second kunai until you kill all of these enemies here. This is not an optional area, not an optional fight. You have to do this. And then once all the enemies in this area are dead, you will destroy this demon statue on Chapter 6. And once that demon statue is destroyed, our kunai is right below us on the right. This is the last part of the level. Once you fly away over there, the level ends. So make sure you pick that up before you end chapter 6. Next, we're going to do chapter 8, which is the Drowned District. So this one is another one that's in the middle of the level, but that's all right. So how you get this one is it doesn't show up until the club scene. So for a while, you don't have to worry about missing it. So you get the Ayane cutscene. That's how you know it's the right level. We'll be in the Drowned District, and we are going to just move on ahead to the club. So when you get to this cutscene, right? Umi's ears are about to bleed. You have to kill all the enemies in this area before you can get the kunai. So just go ahead and finish this fight, and then the music will die. When the music dies, you can proceed to the next room. Open that door right there, and your kunai is right below you in this pit. So we're going to drop down, and it's right on top of these boxes on the right. That's kunai number 3 for you. Alright, kunai number 4 is right at the beginning of chapter 11. The Dragon's Maw, I believe it's called. No, Infiltration, my bad. On Infiltration, you just have to get past the first fight of the level to get this kunai. So I'll speed it up so that you see that we don't do any shenanigans. I'm going to skip this cutscene. And we're going to do this section where we just rail around. And then you get to the very end where you land here. I'm going to talk to Umi for no reason, and then do this fight right here. It's the very first fight of the level. And remember, once you get all the kunais, you do have to complete the mission so that you save with credit for getting the kunai. But this is your 4th kunai right here. It's right in the hallway after that first fight before you do the flying bird flip up here. Once you do the flying bird flip, you've already passed it. So that's all 4 kunai for you in the post-game. There's a lot of cool post-game stuff in Ninja Gaiden 4. I hope this helped you really step-by-step it. And until next time, this is Ninja Burrito. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you.